Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to clean these little black specks off of vintage Pokemon cards. These are on a lot of vintage cards, especially the Pokemon cards. You see this quite frequently. Most of the time it seems like you can't get them off. You try and, scratch them with your nail or whatever, they don't come off. So a lot of people think you're just stuck with those. But it actually is fairly easy to get those off. So I'm sure there's different ways. I'm going to show you guys the way I do it and the way I clean up cards. Okay, so first off, you're going to want to get some of these glasses cleaning little wipes. They're like little microfiber things. I bought a 12 pack of these off Amazon. They're not expensive. I think I paid less than $1 a piece for these. So they're just these little microfiber cloths, and like I said, they're meant for cleaning glasses. And then, believe it or not, you're actually just gonna want to get a little small bowl of water to use to do this. You notice I don't have very much water in there at all. It's because we're not gonna use a lot. It only takes a little bit. So we'll go ahead and get started. You want to be careful and try and keep your work surface as dry as you can. Alright, so you're going to take and just wrap this towel around your finger like that. And just lightly dip it in the water. You don't want to get too much, so you got a little bit extra on there. So I'm actually going to wipe some of this off. You don't want it saturated, you just want it to be a little bit wet. And then just real lightly take and just run it along the card. I like to do a long stroke, and you can already see there's quite a bit coming off that card already for those little black dots. So I went in and zoomed in so you guys could see a little bit better. Like I said, just lightly, small amount of water. And just very lightly wipe it along the card. And look how much that's coming off already. That is pretty impressive how clean that's getting already. And so, just keep continuing to move to different parts of the cloth. You want to use a clean part of the cloth each time. Very lightly, just real quick dip in there. Wipe it along the edges. And then we're going to move along to this edge of the card. Like I said, you just use a real gentle touch. You don't have to scrub real hard. You want to try and protect the integrity of the card. You don't want to get the card saturated with water or rub it so hard that you are rubbing off the ink, because it is possible to do. So you can get most of this black stuff off there. You just want to be careful because you don't want to do more damage to the card and have it be in worse shape than when you started. First pass, we're just being real passive, real light touch. Some of these are a little harder to get off, so what you can do is lightly take your nail through the cloth and just kind of scrape it a little bit. Being real, still using that light touch, but you're being a little more aggressive. And look at that, look how much better that looks. So one thing to watch out for too is, you want to make sure that what you're scraping off there is actually a speck and that you're not scraping on a scratch. You can see this card has some little scratches around it, like right there. You can see some spots where the foil is showing through. So you don't want to scrape around too much around that foil. You don't want to make the color loss worse. Obviously we're doing this to improve the look of the card. As you can see, we have done all around the edges, and basically, you know, the only things left for the most part you're seeing are spots where there's color loss. That was pre-existing, that's not something we did, but you know, we've basically gotten just about all the specks off there, which, you know, at the beginning of the video you saw this was a very, very dirty card. A little piece of fuzz on there, but you know, look how much better that looks already. So next we're gonna do the actual holographic surface of the card. If you can see, you know, like right there, he's got some specks on him and stuff, so we want to clean that up. You know, obviously, like I said, we want to get the whole card looking as good as we can, so we're gonna do that. And it's the same process, you know, you just want to be real delicate and use a real light touch. You know, there's some scratching on this holographic surface, you can see, like just real light scratching. But we don't want to, you know, put any scratches there that weren't there before. So we're just gonna do a real light first pass along that whole surface, using a clean part of the cloth that we've not used yet. Okay, so got a little bit of it off there. And try some different things, you know, so the first pass went back and forth. This time I'm going to do some circles. And, you know, the different motions can help loosen some of that stuff up too. There we go, see, look at that. Pretty much all those dirt specks are gone off the surface of the card now. He's got a really nice look to him. So we're going to go ahead and show you just a little bit of cleaning the back. You see there's quite a bit on there. So you want to be careful around the back, especially where there's this whiting here, that's where ink has already come off. You know, the cardstock itself is more exposed there because it doesn't have a protective ink layer. So we're just going to be real careful. But I'll just show you how it looks now, and then we'll do a pass cleaning it and show you how it turns out. So there you go, now we've cleaned the back of this card. Looks much better than it did, got all the little specks off. And here is the finished product. So everything you see that still looks like little specks pretty much is just color loss that was already there. You can see on the back here, we got all those specks off. So that is the simple way to try to safely clean vintage Pokemon cards. Thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe.